So before we jump in, I will go over the agenda. First, we will chat about what exactly is a meta audit. What does this mean? We'll go over the important aspects of a meta audit, and then I'll share my screen for specifically in Ads Manager, where we will have a walkthrough of an account that was submitted. And then lastly, we'll go over some important takeaways for setting up for year end before diving into some Q&A. So first, what is a meta ads audit? Why do we want to do it? The purpose of an audit is to dive into a meta account and understand if best practices are being followed, if conversions are being tracked correctly, if correct audiences are being targeted, and if campaigns are being optimized to reach overall goals. So typically when we are doing an audit for one of our partners, or one of our potential partners, we're taking a look at the account to kind of see what's working, what's not working, and what can we do about it. So some important aspects of a meta audit. The first important aspect that you're going to want to look at is your campaigns. Really, your campaigns should reflect your overall organization goals. If your main goal is donations, like it is for many organizations that are focusing on year-end and Giving Tuesday, then you're going to want to make sure that you set yourself up to run a conversion campaign. If you are running a traffic campaign to push for donations, then Facebook is not optimizing for donations. It is optimizing for traffic, for website traffic. So you want to make sure that your campaign goal matches with your campaign objective. You also want to split up your campaigns by objective. If you have multiple campaigns, multiple initiatives that you're doing, you're going to want to have multiple campaigns. And so that could mean having a awareness campaign to raise awareness around your organization and kind of what you do, as well as, maybe a lead generation campaign to kind of build your newsletter audience. And then obviously for year end, and Giving Tuesday, we typically run a lot of donation campaigns. And so these are all split up by their different objectives. And also, if you've never run ads before and you're jumping straight into year end, you might want to consider creating an engagement or traffic campaign to really capture that top of funnel traffic for those colder audiences that might be looking for more information about your organization, but not quite ready to convert or donate on Giving Tuesday. Next, we have the campaign structure and ad set. I want to talk a little bit about budget and the pros and cons of Advantage Campaign Budget. So with Advantage Campaign Budget, it was previously called Campaign Budget Optimization, or CBO, but this allows Facebook to distribute a shared budget across all of your ad sets. And a major downside of this is that if the ad sets are different sizes, then the larger ad sets will use the majority of your budget, and your ad sets won't really be optimizing for the best performing ad set, but instead more budget will just go to the larger audience, which is not necessarily the best way to go about things. So we typically suggest doing ad set budgets and creating different budgets for your different ad sets based on who you're targeting, or at least setting up minimum or maximum budget spends if you're using an overall campaign budget. And then you want to take a look at your structure and make sure that you're testing a few different audiences in each of your campaigns with multiple ads in each audience. If you are only targeting one audience, you're essentially putting all of your eggs in one basket and saying, this is my donor pool, this is the audience that we're reaching, and that's it. And you're not really, reaching a growth audience of any kind. You want to make sure that you are targeting people that are relevant to your overall campaign. So really ask yourself, okay, what's my goal? Okay, who's most likely to help me reach that goal? Okay, am I targeting those people? And then another thing to look out for is your ad placements. And this, this includes Facebook and Instagram, newsfeed, stories, etc. So if you are wanting to run ads on Instagram, you might have slightly different creative or slightly shorter ad copy. And so that's just something that you want to pay attention for when setting up your campaigns. And then next we have ads. So I'm sure you've heard of A/B testing if you've ever been in Facebook's platform and have run any ads before, but you want to make sure that you are A/B testing and that you are having a variety of ads so that you can test, your different headlines, your different ad copy, your different videos and images, etc. So A/B testing allows you to kind of see what your audiences resonate with. And again, if you have just one or two ads that are the same, then you're putting all of your faith in those ads or that specific creative and saying, yep, this is the one, this is the ad creative that, everyone resonates with and everyone's going to donate to, which is not necessarily the best way to go about things because you never know who your ads are reaching or kind of you have to learn what they're resonating with, and you can only learn that through testing multiple different ads. And then disapprovals. So if you have run ads on Facebook before as a nonprofit, I'm sure you have run into ad rejections and disapprovals. Specifically, ads get flagged a lot around social and political, as like the political disclaimer, because of the sensitive content that nonprofits can talk about in their ads. So you just really want to pay attention to this and make sure you're using the social disclaimer when applicable, or make sure that you're adjusting your ad copy to not be rejected any longer. Next, you want to pay attention to your landing pages and your traffic funnel. A lot of the time, there are opportunities to test out different landing pages, and that would allow us to better understand what leads users to the conversions, and what events you would like them to take more often. So you really want to have a strategic approach to where you're sending your specific users. If someone has never heard of your organization, you might want to start with an impact page rather than sending them straight to your donation form. Next, we have website tracking, and this is set up at the ad level. Even if you are running a link clicks or engagement campaign, you do want to make sure that you have website tracking set up on your ads so that you're able to see if the people you're targeting are making their way to your website and completing any actions. And then lastly, we have optimization delivery, and this is set up on the ad set level, and you basically get to tell Facebook kind of what to look for. So for example, if your optimization delivery is link clicks, then Facebook is going to find you people that are most likely to click on your ads, compared to landing page views where Facebook is looking for people that are more likely to visit your website. So you want to pay attention to your optimization delivery, especially if you have the Facebook pixel set up. Then you would typically want to at least use landing page views to get that retargetable information. And then lastly, but most importantly, specifically for Giving Tuesday and year end, is conversion tracking. So in our pixel settings, hopefully you can see this screenshot, but there are two major things. There is automatic advanced matching, and this should always be turned on. This basically allows the Facebook pixel to match people to a specific Facebook account. And then the second one is tracking events automatically without code. In the screenshot here, it's turned on, but this is a screenshot from an audit, and we would actually recommend keeping this off because this basically is giving Facebook permission to track events on its own without anything being set up. And so this feature can be inaccurate, and events can just be created off of certain button clicks. And this can also cause a multitude of events to be created within Events Manager, making things pretty messy when it comes down to it. So you typically want this to be turned off so you can set up your own conversion events. And then, is the pixel tracking correctly? Are your conversion events set up? So if people are going to your website and donating, are you tracking that correctly? That is one of the first things that you want to dive into, especially if you're getting a new landing page or a new donation platform in time for Giving Tuesday and year end. You want to make sure that you're able to track those events within Facebook. And then lastly, we have offline conversions. Since iOS 14 happened, it's made it a little bit more difficult to see certain results in the ad platform, but with offline conversions, we can take a donor list from our donor platforms and upload this directly into Facebook to see if any of it can be attributed to our ads. So I would recommend doing this, following your Giving Tuesday campaign, following your year-end giving campaigns. Great, now I'm going to stop sharing my screen and share my other tab, and we will quickly walk through a live Ads Manager audit. So let's see. So hopefully, I think this is the correct tab. Yes, great. So this organization, hopefully you can see all of this. Is my whole screen showing? Let's see. Okay, it looks like it's a little low or high. Okay, so this organization is a free speech organization where the main goal is to raise awareness for persecuted writers. So is the text a little blurry? Okay, let me share and just share the specific tab instead. Okay, that looks a little bit less blurry. So hopefully that is a little bit more clear for everyone to see. But this organization is a free speech organization where the main goal is to raise awareness for persecuted writers. So let's just start at the top level of kind of everything that we just touched on in the slides. The two recent campaigns that the organization ran is an awareness campaign and an event campaign. So let's start with this event campaign. The goal here was to raise awareness and get people to register for this censorship in Hollywood event. It has since ended, but I'm looking at the last 30 days so that we can just kind of dive in and see, what's working and kind of some suggestions that we would have for the next time. So this campaign actually ran as a traffic campaign, and it was optimizing for link clicks. But the landing page here on this campaign, which I'm not going to pull up because it's more with the back and forth of my screen sharing, but the landing page does take us to this organization's main website. But for the purpose of this campaign, it is to get people to register for this event, which is a deeper step in the funnel. And eventually the user ends up at an Eventbrite page to register for this event. So a suggestion here would be to optimize for the registration event that is set up through a conversion campaign rather than using a traffic campaign with link clicks as the main result. So, going through this account, I also noticed that the audience targeting here, which I will pull up right now, the audience targeting here is kind of a mixture of different lists and lookalikes. And so, these are a mix of people that are familiar with our organization and a mix of people that have never heard of the organization. So if we broke up the lists and the remarketing audiences onto its own ad set, we could definitely consider sending users directly to the Eventbrite page for more results because the attention span, people don't want to, if you click on an ad, you want to get taken to what the ad is showing you, right? I'll see ads all the time where I'm like, maybe online shopping and I see an item that I might want. If I click on the ad and it takes me just to their main website and I have to search for I have to search for what I'm looking for what I came there for, then I'm going to lose interest. And so the same thing happens with people that are, looking to register an event. If they have to search for a way to register after, reading the ad, then they may lose interest quicker. So we could definitely consider using a different landing page here for their registration specifically. And then I want to take a look at the ads. So they are running specifically an A/B test here, and they have two different ads. The audiences are the exact same, and then there is one ad that is different from the other and it's running as an experiment in Facebook ads to see which performs better. But typically with A/B testing, we want to change only one aspect of the ad so that we know which aspect is performing better. So that would be, the ad is the exact same except for the ad copy, or the ad is the exact same except for the headline or image. But with these two ads, the ad copy is completely different, the image is completely different, and the headline is completely different. So typically with this, we would keep them in the same ad set because it can't really be a true A/B test if you're not isolating, one aspect of it. So now let's take a look at the Evergreen campaign. This is a link clicks campaign that is currently using Advantage campaign budget, which we just chatted about. So the lifetime budget of $7,000, but as we discussed during the slides, we know that Facebook pushes more budget towards these larger audiences. So let's see about the spend here. So over the last 30 days, there has been a pretty drastic difference in these. This one, some of these ran and didn't have any budget, and that's likely because the ad set was pretty small compared to the larger ad sets that were running. And actually right now, there is only one ad set that is running because the rest of them, I think, just ended on November 6th. But keeping more audiences running really allows your ad sets to kind of work against each other and optimize for the best results rather than putting all spend and hope towards that one audience only. So a recommendation here would be to incorporate new audiences as other ones end. This campaign is also running with an optimization of link clicks. As you can see, the results here are for link clicks, but the landing page is the main website, which does have the Facebook pixel on it. So at the very least, we might want to adjust the optimization to landing page views, which allows Facebook to really search for people that are more likely to visit the web page. And that just kind of gives us more opportunities to remarket to people that are visiting the website. And we can remarket to those people, in our Giving Tuesday or year-end campaigns if we were running this kind of top of funnel campaign. And the last thing that I want to touch on for this account specifically, which, as I mentioned, you have probably seen if you've run ads on Facebook before, but ad rejections. Being nonprofits, a lot of content can be flagged as social or political, so it is really, really important to take care of rejected ads as they arise. Some solutions can be to submit them for reapproval, add a political disclaimer, or just remove them from the ad account if you're not having any luck getting specific ads approved. And the main reason for this is because keeping lots of rejected ads in your ad account really puts you at risk from getting your account disabled or restricted from advertising. So now that we have talked through this specific account, I want to go over quickly some key takeaways before jumping into Q&A. So here is my deck again and some of our key takeaways. We want to set up our campaigns based on Giving Tuesday and year-end goals. So if you're getting a new donation page for your Giving Tuesday or year end, you're going to want to make sure that you're able to get your conversion tracking set up. And if you're using some specific platforms have a direct integration with the Facebook pixel. So all you have to do, for example, with Classy, you would just have to reach out and get your Facebook pixel placed on Classy, and purchase will automatically fire with value for donations. And so you just want to make sure to get that all set up so that you can run conversion campaigns if you're asking for these conversions, these donations in this year-end season. And if you are asking for donations or another conversion, you might want to consider running a top of funnel campaign to kind of keep building that audience and have some more retargeting options so that you can target your socially engaged audiences later down the line in your year-end campaigns, in your Giving Tuesday campaigns. You also want to make sure that your ads are speaking to the correct audience. So if you are, running ads to a remarketing audience that is familiar to your ads, you can speak to them like they know you. But if you're targeting interest audiences or lookalike audiences, you might want to give them a little bit of information about your organization and kind of what you're going to do or what they can help you achieve this Giving Tuesday this year. As I mentioned, you want to ensure that tracking is set up accurately so that you can brag to your coworkers about your awesome Giving Tuesday results. If you're not tracking any donations, you won't know if your ads are actually working, and you won't be able to, see if you had a lot of success in this season. And then lastly, don't let rejections get in the way of your year-end success. Rejections can be a huge pain with Facebook ads. I know that firsthand, and I'm sure many of you, if you've run ads, know that firsthand. So don't let this get in the way of your success. And you can combat this by starting early and, getting your ads live early, even with a small budget, to make sure that you can get them approved in time for your campaign.